Hi, and welcome to your favorite podcast of the Temple Channel League, the video capsule recaps of your Mets. What is that thing that you don't want to experience at the beginning of the season, schedule wise? Not to have the early games on spring forward. Why? Because you can have late shows. And unfortunately, in our first game, we happen to have two late shows. One from a known player, I'm not going to disclose who, but also from a player of the Mets. I can say that it was not pulled over, so it wasn't bad. But if you're curious to know who the person was, just reach out. I'll share the gossip. And skipping, or talking about things that we can disclose and what things that we cannot. I'm happy to announce there has been an initial offer for the franchise of the Mets. It's under NDA, so I cannot disclose who exactly has made the bid or what this franchise will turn over. But stay tuned because more to develop in this exciting adventure. But I know that you're all here because I announced in the previous one that the Lost and Found Director survey and elections are going to be held. And I'm happy to announce that the survey is ready. That you're going to find that one on the comment sections on this YouTube video, as well as to the Facebook post that I'm going to make. Nonetheless, I want to introduce you the seven candidates that had submitted their application for this prestigious position and their mottos. First one, drum roll, Kendall Anthony. Kendall Anthony is running for the Lost and Found Commissioner, and his motto is if elected, I'll reduce by 50% the lost and found items because I'm all about stats. Good motto, Kendall. Second one is Scott Lawrence. His motto is why limit myself to be remembered as commissioner only? Expanding his realm of leadership positions. The third one is Matt Roth. Matt's motto is my role as delegate is not demanding enough. I want to get the right exposure in this league. Congratulations, Matt, for stepping forward. Ben Nyan, my new right center field. His motto is if Tommy can do two terms, so do I. Very good. Very encouraging and forward looking. The next one is Matt Archie. Matt Archie's motto is distance won't be a factor for me to not be involved in this wonderful league. Very good, Matt. The next one is Mark Sleeper. His motto is why this league needs is fresh blood in the leadership position. Kudos to you, Mark, for stepping forward as well. And the last candidate that you will be able to vote is Scotty Doyle. He says, I comment on every single lost and found post because deep in my heart, I want to have that position that Tommy stole from me a year ago. Full disclosure, we're not going to have Tommy into this election because an amendment has to be submitted. So I'll leave it to the captains on the upcoming spring 2027 meeting just to submit this as an amendment to the league. But as of now, we're going to cap this to two terms, staying constitutional, and those are the candidates that you are going to be able to vote, and the results will be posted next podcast. So, best of luck, all of those candidates. I'm looking forward to see who's going to take over this wonderful position. But without further ado, and shifting gears here now, let's go into your favorite section, the interview. Today with my dear friend, Dean Bars. See you there. Hi, and welcome to week 3 of the interviews of the most famous podcast of the Shalom League. Today, I'm with a dear friend of mine, the one and only Tim Barnes. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
So I start always these interviews just to ask you what this league represents for you and what do you like it to play so much?
Well, first of all, it is the brotherhood of the league. I think this is my 13th year. Just coming out here every Sunday, I look forward to just being around everybody, the camaraderie with everybody. It's the best league I've ever played in.
Fully agree.
You see, people want to make it to the podcast, but no, they're not invited.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. I mean, you have to perform well, right? When you make it to the All Star, you'll make it here. So, I have the pleasure to play with Tim. To me, is one of the coolest person to have in a team. And one thing that I remember from one of our seasons, I believe it was the Orioles, but you correct me, is that I saw you to hit your first ever triple in the league. Can you walk us through that situation? Help explain the whole thing.
Well, that seemed so long ago, I couldn't even remember I actually had a triple. So it had to be something where wherever it went, the fielder just let it get by him.
I'm going to tell you, it wasn't Plano. It wasn't over here. So.
And I'm sure when I got to third, I either had to get a runner or I needed the, some air.
The air you had it, the runner I'm not sure because I remember that we have like 11 coaches just stepping out of the dugout just saying, hey, you gotta make it, and he made it to third, right? So I remember that one dearly on that one.
Yeah.
Team, one thing that sometimes might become awkward. You're gonna get an interview later, Barry. I know everyone wants to be famous. You can say hi.
Photobombing.
Yeah.
Photobombing.
Which is that teammate or teammates, if you want that to make a longer list, that you have not played in this league that you wish to play with?
Oh, boy. Well, I think I've only played with you once, maybe twice. Golly, well, that put me on the spot. There's so many now that I'm on camera, I can't think of them.
Better that I didn't ask you who do you want not to play, right? I make it the easy one for you, right?
No, really, there's everybody. I love everybody out here. So I don't think I've ever played on a team with Greeley.
Okay.
And I would like to play on a team. Sean Greeley is one of the people that I know I've never played on a team with. And I know I could get some good hitting instruction from him. And I know Sean would probably give me some hitting instruction if I just asked him, But if there's one person I wish I could hit like, because he knows how to let off, to hit it right over the infield. Of course, he used to could hit home run. He used to could do it all. If I could hit like that, I'd be even happier.
No, I know. You know that this is my first season playing with Greeley, and yes, to your point, I always like to play with him, and this time actually it happened, and he's just a phenomenal hitter, to be honest. You see, more people want to be interviewed, but yeah, no, you'll make the cut next year, Danny. You'll make the cut next year.
That's one of my favorite umpires.
Oh, for sure. And teammates. You know that he played in the league before.
Yeah, and he's. I would have liked to have played with him because he's such a great guy. But to me, I've never met anybody out here. There's some that are a little more competitive than others, and I'm competitive too. I just don't show it outwardly probably as much as some of the younger guys do.
Well, I don't know that younger, but I'm playing senior ball these days. But
oh no.
Yep. So, any final words that you want to say to the league? People that might see this video that are not playing the league, and I don't know how good this thing is all about.
Oh, well, first of all, when I was first approached by a friend that was playing in this league, my daughter was still playing select ball. It was early in her softball select years. She was 14, I believe. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to start playing, but since it was on Sundays, I was like, I can work it to where I can play. Just the brotherhood, man, and just being excited to come out here and see everybody, not just on my team, but all the different teams, walking up all the players that I know and have played with, and even some of the ones I haven't played with, which I can't think of right now. Just put me on the spot. If you had asked me if I was at home, I could have answered that question.
Of course. I mean, we all improvise in this podcast.
The way the league is run, the longevity of most everybody that's been out here, some still out here from the start of this league in 1975. Just everybody's great, and it's just great to come out, and the brotherhood of it is the biggest part of it. But I appreciate, I'm not the best player in the world, but every team I played on, all the guys try to pick me up whenever I don't do good, and and I'm going to keep my head up whether I do good or not. So, but this league, it's just the best league, and to me, I, I've never played in a league that's anything like this. And I used to play all the time when I was younger. But yeah, it's just a wonderful league, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, no, I fully concur on that one. I don't know if you know, right, but this is gonna be my last season because, yeah, I'm moving to California.
Oh,
yep,
no.
in the summer. But I had the opportunity to play with you.
We're gonna miss you, man.
I know, and I'm just out of the camera here, but hold on a second. I have it here. There it is. So this is gonna become a collectible for this league, right? Because I'm even signing this one, right? So
Okay, good.
I just want to give that to you because you have been one of the best. Teammates that I have played. The positive attitude you bring. So hopefully,
Well, I appreciate that.
we can stay in contact.
This is going up on the mantle right here. I love it. I love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Love you, baby.
Appreciate it. So long.
Thank you.
Such a nice interview. I mean, you gotta love him. The passion that he speaks, how positive energy he has. I mean, one of the best teammates that you can have for sure. I really enjoyed that conversation. Thank you, Thing, for spending that time with me. Uh, so talking about the recaps of this week for the Mets, we are in the edge of bursting out because we scored 27 runs. Unfortunately, it's split, but we are actually making a lot of production here, and it was our first run rule victory, right? So 20-10 against the Pirates. The other team that we're very close to run rule was the Orioles last week, but we couldn't make it. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, scandal. Speaking about the Orioles, he's saying that he just recovered the video that we made last week and he sent that to me. All right, guys, I'm just going to hold this one. I'm going to make sure that I can put it here and maybe you're going to get 2 for 1 on this episode if I manage to do it. So bear with me.
All right, and we are live, not on week 2 as we should be, but week 3 of the interviews on the podcast. I have here my dear friend Kendall Anthony, who happens to be probably a final of the Black Jersey Classic. Haters are gonna hate, but here I have Kendall. Welcome, Kendall.
Thank you for having me, Leo. Sorry about last week. I was a little bit bitter about taking that L from the Mets, but congratulations on the win. You guys played well.
I know words. We're going to talk another win, so it's not just against the Orioles, right? So that being said, one of the things that I like to do, Kendall, when I start these interviews is to ask you what drives you to wake up early, if you do, right? Just to come to the games, right? And every single Sunday, and how much this league represents to you.
Sure, that's a good question. There's multiple things. One thing that I really, really love about the league is the unique format of, having the redraft, and with all the rankings, it creates for a lot of parity. For a lot of us guys that play weekdays, we all know, there's always going to be, a few top teams with nothing but ones and twos that just go out there and crush everybody's souls. So having that unique format is fun for that reason, and then also having a chance to play with a bunch of different players, that you may have played against before and you've respected their talent but haven't had a chance to play with before. I really like that, being able to play with a lot of different people.
I totally agree, right? Because that not only grows your network of friends ultimately, but also shows you that you're ultimately might end up with someone that you might have a difference in the logo next year, right? So that actually promotes that brotherhood within the league. So you have been here in the league long enough, right? So you have had your ups and downs. Can you tell us what has been your most successful season, and what you're missing to accomplish in the league from a performance point of view?
Yeah, I would say the most successful in terms of how far we have gotten would have been my Seawolves, that we made it to the championship. And,
Black jersey.
yeah, black jersey. Last time we had a black jersey, we made it that far. So take that down. So that season was very special. We made it to the finals. Unfortunately, we lost to Weinfeld's Pirates, but hats off to them. They played very well. And then I would say the spring after that was my very first Orioles team, and we made it to the semifinals. We had the best record that season. Made it to the semifinals. Unfortunately, lost a couple very close games to one Larry Lockman and his Royals, who ended up winning the championship at
Against
your expense.
Mets. Not a black jersey though, but yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I would say those two teams have been my best two.
And speaking about Larry, and by the way, that was his first championships as a captain, right? And what you said, right? They beat the Mets in a very close series. You mentioned that that actually resonates to some sort of analogy within NFL. Do you mind elaborating into that one, or do you want to keep that private?
Oh no, I'll share it. It's something that hits close to home. You know, I think one thing I'm kind of notorious for in this league is I keep statistics on everything. So
Include your record, which you told me yesterday.
yes, so my record as a captain in this league is 96 wins and 75 losses. Now against one Larry Lockman, to this day, I am 0 and 6 against that man. He is my kryptonite. I guess one could make the analogy of he is the Patrick Mahomes, and I am Josh Allen in this scenario. And
You have the same haircut, so
yeah, it really is almost the exact same haircut that Lockman has with those curls as Patrick Mahomes. So, I'm hoping this year, now that we're in separate divisions, if we do make it and end up playing them, then I can get my revenge in the playoffs and win a ship for once, that elusive championship.
you know what's fun? I already have the lineup of people I'm going to be interviewing. Larry's going to be in this podcast later in the year. So I'm going to ask the same question, see what his reaction is. Before we go, one thing that I always like to ask people that I interview is tell me what is that person or persons that you have not played so far that you wish to play in the league?
This is one thing that another thing that may surprise a lot of people. When I first started capping in this league, I had a very, very extensive do not draft list. I'm very big on certain aspects like attitude and effort are two of my biggest things. That's something that Rhino instilled in me, who is my mentor. And one player has really come around that I used to be on my do not draft list. I'll admit that, but I see his style of play.
Do we do drum roll here?
Yeah, I see his style of play on defense. I'm a big defensive person, and I play a very aggressive style of defense. So I would say one Ben Colancini. That man in left center field, he puts everything out there on the line. He plays with a lot of passion. I think that's something that's very well known. But he's over the past few years, he's really channeled that passion into showing respect to his opponents and also giving everything he has to his team. So that one may come as a surprise to some people, but one day I think he will end up being one of my first round draft picks because of how he plays that left center position. I think it's very incredible and special to watch.
Yeah, he's an elite defender for sure, and offensive as well. And he made it to the final last year with Wayne, right? So, I don't know if you knew. I mean, if you're following my channel, you should know, right? So this is gonna be my last season in the league. I'm gonna be moving to California, and one thing that I wanted to share with the people I'm gonna be interviewing here is a little bit of a gift here. I've seen how much you have evolved as a captain, and you have become a role model. And to me, that's exactly what you want to see in this league. And although we have not played together, I witnessed that as a rival, and I just want to say that you're a phenomenal captain. I'm truly gonna miss you, and just keep it up with the good work. Right.
Thanks, buddy. Gonna miss you too, brother. Gonna miss you too.
All right. So long. See you.
Oh, look at that. We made it happen. So you got your 2 for 1 interview. So I guess this episode is going to turn out a pretty long one, but I hope you enjoy it, right? Because it's just about talking about good people in the league. Thank you, Kendall, for finding that interview and actually share it with me. Coincidentally, they look different. So, but hey, it happened last week. It didn't happen like a couple of hours ago. So going back to the recap, like I said, 27 runs. We run ruled the Pirates. We couldn't win against the Cubs. We were losing to 1 all the way to the 6th inning, but we managed to actually get a 6 run rally on the sixth inning. We were very close, 8-7, but we're just a couple of minutes short for the game to finish. And the Cubs actually mustered a few runs in that bottom of the sixth, and we ran out of time and we couldn't get our sweep. But I really like what I saw on the field and how good the team is hitting. And speaking about hitting and superstars, the superstars for week 3 for the Mets are Sean Greeley, who went this time went perfect. Last time just one hit short of it. This time he actually went perfect, 6 for 6, 4 runs, all singles, an RBI, a sac fly, and one of the best plays that I have seen him playing in the outfield. He grabbed a ball that was a sure sac fly and just took it and then make a 180 turn and then throw it the runner at home plate. So phenomenal for Greeley on that play. Another superstar is Ben Nyan, the new right center field of the Mets, and who knows, the next lost and found director. You guys will decide. He went 4 for 5 with a couple of home runs, a double, 8 RBIs, and just a phenomenal plays in the right center field. The last one, Pedro Reyes. He went 4 for 5 with 4 singles, 3 RBIs, and he was the counterpart from Greeley on that phenomenal play. Special mention to Garrett Granado. He went 5 for 7 with a double, his first home run, and 5 RBI. So also congratulations, Garrett, for a phenomenal week. So without further ado, let's go into the last section of this podcast, The Last Dance. See you there. The Mets, the Rangers, and the Cowboys. The newest Mateos and Bruno's room. You know where I'm at, the Last Dance section. Today, I want to make a memory or remember the fall of 2017 Rock Indians. That was a season of a few firsts in my league. First, I didn't got to pick my number because they made the numbers 1 through 12. I mean, that was a different time, guys, for sure. So I got number 10, right? So I felt like a pretty good soccer player, I guess. And speaking about feeling good, I also happen to feel like in the movies because that was to this date my only full-time season as a catcher. So I felt like I was Baker from Major League Baseball too, right? So I just hitting regularly, and I was just having fun wearing this cool jersey, the same design I want to say, and playing catcher for the Indians. So thank you, Matt, for making that childhood dream come true. Uh, that season, I also had the opportunity to play with my only full season that I played with David Shaw. So he was actually playing the outfield. He was player number 13 from the 2024 Mets, but I happened to play with David on that one. If I'm not mistaken, if my memory recollects well, that was also the only season that I was able to play with the current commissioner, JC Burks. So, pretty cool season. We couldn't make it to the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. But like I said, it was all about building memories and good friendship. And for sure, I was able to meet them both as well as playing as a catcher for the Indians, like Baker. So that's the memory that I wanted to bring on this time. I know that this podcast is going to be a little bit longer because we have 2 interviews, so I wanted to keep it short. But thank you, Matt, for taking the chance. And by the way, that was a season, the only season that I got traded before the deadline. If I'm not mistaken, I was drafted originally by the Rays, but then Matt saw something in me that I'll have a true talent as a catcher, and then he brought me to the Indians. So good memories for sure. A few years back, and thank you, the Rods, for giving me that opportunity. So, without anything else to say, the Mets will see you in week 4, in which we're going to try to get our first sweep of the season. And like I said, always been a pleasure to be part of this league. So, looking forward to meet you on the fields on this spring season. Salam.